Hello, motivators. It is a pleasure to see you
Hello.
again in this midweek at night to recharge ourselves and upgrade ourselves here with Jakarta Motivator Toastmasters. We are an English public speaking community that shares the spirit of growth mindset and also develop our public speaking skills throughout our curriculum from international organization, the Toastmasters International. Besides that, we also shape our leadership skills by serving as various roles and managing various events. We are happy to have you here, and we believe that regardless of our skill level in terms of English, public speaking, or leadership, we always welcome you here because we believe that it is not where do we start, but how do we climb up from our starting point. That is the most important thing. And we believe that general public speaking skills are not enough. That is why we acquire the Toastmasters International's curriculum named Pathways, an international standard curriculum which have 11 options of majors to choose from. What is your aspirations as public speaker? Do you want to be a structural leader in your company as an employee? Do you want to be a motivational speaker, a coach or mentor, a project manager, a presenter, or even a stand-up comedian? You can choose specific curriculum and even with elective modules to complete your skill sets. And in this meeting, there will be 3 main agendas. Will be explained later by our Toastmasters of the meeting. For tonight, our Toastmaster of the meeting is Toastmaster Nanda. Hi, Toastmaster Nanda. Hi, thank you very much. By the way, to remind you again, ladies and gentlemen, whenever possible, please turn on your camera so we can share our enthusiasm within each other. And I would like to welcome Toastmaster Nanda. The time is yours. Sorry, you are inaudible. Perhaps you need to see the microphone icon and select a microphone to choose your related microphone.
How about this? Am I audible?
Audible, although a bit breaking. Now inaudible.
How about this? Am I audible?
We can hear something, but breaking. How about the others?
Same here.
Okay.
I can hear you, but it's a bit crackling.
Can anyone please speak?
Much better.
Better.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry for technical issue. Again, good evening, everyone. I'm happy to see you here. And tonight, our theme is Understand the Feeling. So for last more, Toastmaster Hans already explained what Toastmaster is and what we are going to do. That's why I just want to jump to our topic. Talking about feelings, who is your favorite feelings? Anyone? Let's see Toastmaster Wira since he turned on his camera. Toastmaster Wira?
When it comes to villain, I'm gonna go with. It's a bit hard. Not gonna lie. Shoot. Who is it? On top of my mind right now, I'm gonna go with Lex Luthor.
Pardon, who?
Lex Luthor.
Oh, from what movie?
Superman. You know, Superman's villain. The Superman villain, the bald guy, played by Gene Hackman, Kevin Spacey, Lex Luthor.
Oh my God, sorry, I don't watch Superman, but why? Well, okay, let's see why. Why you like this feeling?
Well, I remember the time when I saw Justice League when there's a character name, I forgot the name. I think it was Captain Adam or something. I forgot the character, but he asked Lex Luthor, "Why are you doing this? Why, even though you're already a rich billionaire who owns LexCorp, everybody wants to be you, but why are you still jealous of with Superman?" And he said, "I do realize that after I'm gone, people will forget me in the next 2 or 3 years. I want to be remembered even I no longer exist in 100 years." If I'm not mistaken, that's what he said. But yeah, I can say even though he's an egomaniac, I can understand the determination of I want to be remembered for next 100 years or the next century, that kind of stuff.
Wow, super philosophical. So, do you want to be remembered after you, or for 100 years, perhaps?
Nah, actually, I want to be happy, died happy, and with my family. But for the villain's sake, yeah. Even though at that time I didn't really understand Lex Luthor's motivation, why he wanted to kill Superman, but the older I get, the more I understand that it's greed. It was based on greed.
Wow. Yeah. Actually, I used to hate villains, of course, yeah, because we got like a bright reason why we need to support our heroes. But after we watch the villains movie like Maleficent or Joker, it's just like, okay, they have a reason. So okay, I just hurt them. Perhaps they just do what they think it's right. Thank you, Toastmaster Wira, for sharing. Okay, so I see. Wow. Can I get Toastmaster Rocky because he mentioned about Orochimaru. If I'm not mistaken, it's from
Oh
Naruto,
gosh,
right?
yes. Well, I already stopped watching Naruto, but I was a maniac. I love Orochimaru from the first time he appeared on the screen, and I already fell in love with him because he's really smart. He has acquired most of the knowledge in the Naruto universe, and the fact that he's been surviving up until now, he's still alive. No one can beat him up. No one can put him into death. Well, that's a fact. I like him so much. Well, I have my more uh other characters, what I'm saying, but if I had to choose villain, it had to be him.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Orochimaru already, how to say that? Die?
Ooh, really?
Oh
I
no?
didn't know that so far. Even in the, I'm sorry, I'm fired up now. I was a
Oh,
maniac. So
okay.
if you mention anything about him, I'm like, all right, what? I'm like that. In Boruto, as far as I know, he's still alive.
Thank you for sharing this, Mas Rocky. I don't watch Naruto, but all my friends watch it, and I know that he is super power.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, how if I got one more person for the last? Anyone wants to volunteer? Share why you adore your best villain. Okay, so let's talk about Toastmaster Gabriel. You mentioned Severus Snape. I think Severus Snape is not a villain. He is just anti-villain, anti-hero, I mean.
Yeah. But have you ever known Sulisha? It's from a manhwa, Cheating Man Must Die. I think,
Oh, the name?
sorry, Sulusha.
I don't know. What's the
Yeah,
title of the manhwa?
Cheating Man Must Die.
Oh, I
Uh,
know, but I don't read it.
yeah.
Why?
I like at the time, the first time I read the manhwa and make me think like there's sometimes the story where there's a crown prince who has a fiance, and there's a commoner or people who is not loyal, but she's so pure and so on. After that, the crown prince fall in love with these commoners, and he divorced the fiance, the bad fiance. But actually, if we think about it, the crown prince is too timing, right? He cheat with the fiance, and so actually the main character, woman and female and male, is actually, you can say, the bad guy too. And so in the cheating man must die, there is someone named Solucia. He reincarnated to another many worlds, and he becomes the villains and to punish the male lead or female lead who's actually destroy the happiness things. I think
I totally understand since I read a lot of manhwa and there are have I think for now either movie or book they try to give a spotlight for the villains because we always think about for their bad habits, but they try to explain why they do that. Thank you, Toastmaster Gabriel. So there were 3 speakers, my friends, who already share with us about why they adore the villains. I wish we can have another perspective of the villains. I mean, like, again, we cannot normalize what they do. Of course, what they do is wrong, but have we ever thought that perhaps we are the reason why they do that bad things? Okay, so without any further ado, I think I talk blabbery a lot. We just jump to our main session, but before our prepare speech session, I want to call our GE to introduce his ranger for tonight. Our GE, Toastmaster Nur, is he here? No?
I think no.
Okay, so I just call the ranger for tonight. We start from our timer and ballot counter. Toastmaster Melissa.
Hello, Toastmaster Nanda, and thank you for the introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Toastmaster Melissa, and my role is to be a timer and also the ballot counter for tonight. For the first row, the timer, my role is to give you a report time about the duration of each of the speakers. I believe that we have 3 sessions for tonight, which is prepared speakers, table topic speakers, and also evaluation speakers. And for each session, they will have different time limit for their speech. And to mark their time limit, I will give a sign for the change in my virtual background. For the prepared speakers, I believe that we have 3 prepared speakers for tonight, and their duration for their speech is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will change my background to green. It means that they are eligible to be voted. And at 6 minutes, I will change my background into yellow. And at 7 minutes, I will change my background to red. It means that the speakers only have 30 seconds to wrap up their speech. And then for the second session, the table topic session, the time limit for the speakers is 1 till 2 minutes. So at 1 minute mark, I will change my background into green. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I will change my background into yellow. And then at 2 minutes, I will change my background into red. It means you only have 30 seconds up your table topic speech. And at the third session, the evaluation session, the time limit that we have for each speakers is 2 until 3 minutes. So in 2 minutes, I will change my background into green. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will change my background into yellow. It means that you need to hurry up. And at 3 minutes, I will change my background into red. It means again that you only have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. And then for the second row, the ballot counter, it is It is related to my role as a timer. So for those of you who are the speakers for tonight who are eligible to be voted because you passed the time limit, I will give the audience here the voting link so all of us can vote for our most favorite speakers, whether it is our most favorite prepared speakers, double topic speakers, and also our most favorite evaluator. Sorry. And for the timer report, I will give the timer report at the end of every session. And for the ballot counter report, I will give back the report at the end of this meeting. I think that's all from me. I will give back the control to our GE or our Tom for tonight.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Melissa. Okay, the next roles will be our grammarian, Toastmaster Redika. Toastmaster Redika, are you ready?
Yes. Hey, hello everyone. Okay, my role today is as a grammarian, and as a grammar, I will record grammatical inaccuracy that you guys say during your speech, whether it be in your impromptu speeches or prepared speeches. So please pay attention to your language usage, but don't be too anxious about it. I mean, just as long as you have free to speak or to participate in sessions, it's what's most important actually. And I would love to as well remind all of you guys to say our word of the day. Our word of the day is reason. It's a noun. The meaning of the reason is the cause of an event or situation or something that provides an excuse or explanation. In your impromptu speakers letter in table topic session, the examples of is the reason why grass is green was a mystery to the little boy. So that's one of the example of the using of reason. So remember to again mention our word of the day. Back to general evaluator, and as well the Tom, Toastmaster Nanda.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Redika. So, yeah, don't forget to mention reason as many as you can, because I have a reason why our WOD tonight is a reason. There is always a reason for every single thing. Thank you, Toastmaster Redika. Please count how many times I mention reason. Okay, our WOD that I want to introduce right now. Toastmaster Hans. Toastmaster Hans. You are still mute.
Hello everyone. So my role as an word counter is to notice your filler words, long pauses, and also word of the day. I know in the beginning when you hear my opening sentence as word counter, it sounds annoying, right? Because I mentioned a lot of intentionally. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I know we try to upgrade ourselves to minimize the filler words like what is that? And also repetitive words, and also long pauses like silent for a long time. But keep in mind that it is part of our improvement not to intimidate ourselves. So it is still okay if you make some filler words, some some long pauses in this meeting. But let's share the growth mindset once again. If we can try to improve in the next meeting, it will be much better. We will feel satisfied, right? For example, in this meeting, I made 3 but in the next meeting, I make only 2. That is the room for improvement. And also, as mentioned by Toastmaster Redika and Toastmaster Nanda about the word of the day. Word of the day of today is reason. I also will note how many times you mention it during your speech. because it is like, okay, how can I accommodate a new word or a specific word in tonight's meeting into a speech? And I will deliver the report in the end of the meeting. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster Nanda.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Hans, for your explanation. Wow, you have a reason, yeah, mention many times intentionally. Awesome. Okay, we already heard the explanation from our rangers for tonight. Let's start our first session, which means prepare speech. Again, in this prepare speech, tonight we have 3 speakers, and for each speakers will be evaluated by our evaluators. For the first speaker, sorry, for the first speaker is Toastmaster Erwin. First of all, I want to say welcome back, Toastmaster Erwin. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy this journey. Yes, and he will evaluated by Toastmaster Devina. Toastmaster Devina.
All right.
Okay, the screen is yours.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
All right, okay. So tonight, Toastmasters Erwin, nice to meet you, will deliver a project of Connect with Storytelling. And the purpose is for him to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmasters Erwin, Lost in Karawang. Lost in Karawang, Toastmasters Erwin.
I'm driving in my car. I only had one destination today, which is I need to go to Karawang to visit one of my clients in Indo-Taise factory complex. Well, I've been there, so means I should know the way, right? But the problem is at that time, I'm using company's driver, while today I'm driving with my own car. It should be very easy, right? Just go straight from Jakarta, Bekasi, and then go straight until the intersection before Bandung, you turn left. That's the plan. Well, I'm already in the car, but to give some idea about me, I'm a typical person that always fulfill my promise. So it means like if you invite me to a wedding, I will be there. Yeah, be there means like after the catering is already gone and the guest is already going after party and so on, but I will arrive at the wedding. I will shake hands and I will say that I'll attend your wedding. So I typically like that is because I get lost. Usually I argue with the wedding, why there's Ancol in the invite, but it's just near the city, so I go to Ancol, something like that. So it's because I easy to get lost when driving a car or something like that. So after driving for quite some time, right, I already passed Bekasi, and I using the Google Map. The Google Map, right? It's easy. I already set everything, and then I know 1 kilometer. In 1 kilometer, turn left. Why? The Google asked me to turn left in Karawang Barat. Why I should go straight, right? No, this Google should be wrong. But I'm still driving, right? In 500 meters, turn left. I don't know why, but it sounds like you need to turn left, Erwin. When Google is wrong, right? You can be wrong. You're a human, right? The Google engineer already, find kind of algorithm and most effective ways, right? You should turn left. In 300 meters, turn left. We shall turn around, shouldn't. 100 meters, and then I try to slow down. And I turn left. I follow the Google, right? Okay, Google, show me the way, right? Okay, you're the best. Okay, show me the most effective way, right? Probably at that time when I fall asleep in the company's car, but you will show me the most effective way. So at that time, I have found this. It's like it's more like a city road, probably this most effective way. A lot of trucks. After 20 minutes driving, the road is getting narrow and narrow. I'm still following trucks, so it's a good sign, right? Because I want to go to this factory, follow the truck, and we'll find a way, something like that. And then the road is getting worse and worse. It's a lot of bumpy and a lot of pound, just like an elephant, just playground of an elephant, something like that. And then I just follow the Google, turn right, turn left, go turn left. And then suddenly in the intersections, there are a series of trucks go left while the Google turn right. And then the road is still bumpy as ever. I'm still driving, my heart pumping. Is it the right way? Is it the right way? But I put all my faith, all my cards in Google. Google, show me the way. And then turn right. And then turn right. And then turn right again. And then when I realized I'm just circling around the field, and then signal loss. When the signal loss, it's just like the feeling is just like your crush just dump you, after all of this. And then they just crush you, just dump you. And you feel like, oh my God, what happened? I just trust you, Google, and then you do this to me. Oh, and then I stop my car. I just go out in a while looking at the field. And it doesn't make any sense. So I go back in the car again and then to drive again. When I drive again, I try to the other way around. No help of Google at that time. Back in 2014, I don't know, there's a lost signal in Karawang, something like that. And then I drive and drive again. And then I found this road, just like two high bushes. I drive and drive again. And then out of nowhere, I saw some movement in the bushes. And then I saw a green thing moving. And I saw a gun and a helmet. It's a military guy holding a gun in the bushes. When I really stand, before my brain turns on, what is that? In front of me, there's a big Panzer. So it's my car and the Panzer, just like, a bullfight or what, in front of me. And then I realized there's a series of military troops walking past through me, and they're really amazed. Why this guy is? And I said, what? And then we just looking at each other, and then they just pass through. And then I realized this is like a military training there. And then when I go straight, I saw this housing complex, which is abandoned. You can try Google it. The Karawang Baru. It's from the old regime. So it's like all of those houses, like 100 houses is abandoned. And it's already broken, a lot of trees and everything. Even the electricity pole is like looking like this. So it's not like a straight anymore. And I feel like if you want to go like, a pre-wedding for the zombie apocalypse, and then I know a recommendation site, you can go there. And then I saw again the military troops is like relaxing in one of those houses. I really scared, like, because I don't know whether it's secret or not. So I need to go there. I need to escape. And then I'm driving again. I really want to go home. I don't think about the office anymore. I want to go home. And then I saw an old man, very old man. I don't know, probably every end of the story, you usually saw an old man in desperate times, but I saw an old man there. And I braved myself to lower my window and ask, Pak, when can I go to the Indo-Taisei complex, Pak? And then I still remember that guy do this. Go that way, Pak. Oh, that way. And then I saw it. I saw the Indo-Taisei complex. And I said, thank you. And I drive my car in a rush. I arrive at destination. After I arrive, all the security guard is really amazed on my car because it's really look like the trash, all of this really looks like, a lot of mud and everything. What happened, Pak? And I said, oh, it's a long story. But that day I said to myself, like, probably you don't need a lot of gadgets, sometimes you really need to rely on yourself. And then you can ask person rather than relying only on the Google map. So Google is better, but Google Maps is the best. Okay, thank you all. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Erwin. Wow. Somehow I don't believe Google Maps, but since I don't believe myself more than Google Maps, I just try to trust it.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So how far you lost?
It's like what, like 2 hours. I mean, it's not like 2 hours, but again with the loss, like 4 hours. I go at 8 and then I arrive at 2 or 1 p.m. Yeah, something like that. I have the phone, yeah, right? I can share the group line. but yeah, but that message exists. If you want, there's also a YouTube video. I mean, some kind is unreal because it's really near to Jakarta, right? But then there's something like that, really abandoned, really creepy lah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Well, I cannot imagine about that. I mean, in Jakarta, even in Jakarta, I got lost. So how about not Jakarta? Okay, what happened? Okay, let's see, continue. For the second speakers, since again our member Toastmaster Sartika, who will evaluate it by Toastmaster Dentia. Toastmaster Dentia.
Thank you, Madam Tom, and happy morning or good evening, everyone. Tonight, I have the honor to evaluate Toastmaster Sartika on the third project in level 1, which is researching and presenting. And the objective of this project is for the member to learn as well research speech on any topic. So her title will be More Than Just a Trend, and within 5 to 7 minutes, we will unravel what is this all about. So without further ado, let us welcome Toastmaster Sartika with More Than Just a Trend. More Than Just a Trend, Toastmaster Sartika. The screen is yours.
Okay, I just need to check first. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep. It is visible.
It's visible.
All right. Okay. More than just a trend. So raise your hand if you have been following one of the things that mentioned in the slide. Maybe you start, bring your own tumbler or your own cup for a coffee, plastic bags, or also using a metal straw. Okay, so I have been following this movement also. It's kind of, we call it zero waste movement, where you try actually to reduce the production of waste. And because I'm interested with this movement, I was digging a little bit the story on a zero waste movement. I don't put all the things, I mean, all the complete story behind the movement, but I just pick some of the interesting fact. Like, you know, from 1980s until now, the one who actually doing this movement, not something that have been doing by massive people, but is actually done individually. You look at Daniel Knapp, is actually starting with his wife, Beth Jansen, Laura Singer. So they are all actually starting from small, from their small family. And let's see, actually, what is matter with this movement? We need to dig a little bit, actually, what's behind. So let's focus in Indonesia. So Indonesia is now actually has a big problem on waste. You might have heard that Indonesia is the second largest polluter for the matter plastic. That's the research from Jambek, the Professor Jambek. And then also the data from the Ministry of Environment and Forestry said that Indonesia actually produced about 67.8 million tons of waste per day. And if we put it in small way, each individual, each of us actually generate about 0.68 kilogram waste per day. It's not a good news. It's something bad. And we also focus, for example, focus in Jakarta. It says that from every 2 days waste, is actually can create one Borobudur temple from the waste in Bantar Gebang field. So this is the fact. This is the data that we have now, and we need also talk about the reason. Actually, I mean, what's wrong with waste? Let it be in the landfill, but you know that actually waste something can threaten our life, our health, and our environment. You might find a lot of news or information in the social media that it kills animals. And now I showed you the data as well. So based on a study from Ellen MacArthur Foundation, if we keep our culture that we use stuff and then we throw it away, then in 2050 there would be more plastic than a fish in the sea. And then the second one is waste, plastic waste. Firstly, it's actually also threaten our health, like from pollution that sources from the plastic production until indirect contamination that sometimes maybe we are eating a fish that already contaminated by microplastic. And the third is bad for our planet because actually, yes, it produces a lot of methane, which is more harmful than CO2, that it will be dangerous to our planet and make our planet getting hotter. And that's what we call about climate change. And the last thing, it's a matter of legacy. You know, Indonesia in average is actually can live until like 17 years old. But the fact that for a plastic waste, it can take years, 100 years to be decomposed. Let's say, for example, your plastic bottle of water, it's actually can take about 200 years to decompose. So you actually leave something bad to the world, to the planet, even you are no longer here. Okay, now that we know the data behind that, I hope that when we have the data, actually we're not just following a trend without knowing the fact behind it. It actually make us become kind of shallow followers. We are easy to stop doing things because we say, this is just no longer my style. I mean, nobody really care anymore if I bring my tumbler, something like that. So you get easily stop doing things. But now that you know the fact behind it, the reason why you should keep doing it, strong reason to keep doing it, it's actually kind of reminder for ourselves because we actually doing something small that's really meaningful to our planet, to our world, and that's make us keep going on doing the small things that we can do, but it's really impactful to our planet. To close, we don't need a handful of people who doing zero waste perfectly, but we need more of people doing it imperfectly. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sartika. Could you
would like to stop sharing my screen, but wait a minute, yeah.
take your time. Did you find it?
Wait, yeah. All right, thank you.
Okay. So thank you for sharing. Toastmaster Sartika, I have a question for you. So what do you think about paper glass? I mean, some people try to replace the plastic glass with the paper glass. Do you think is it good for our environment?
I would say it's a paper glass again is kind of we sometimes use it as a single use, right? So after you drink water and then you just throw it away, and I think it's not good for our tree, right? Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Indonesia still have a long way to adapt this concept, but with our generation, we can start from a small thing like Toastmaster Sartika said.
Right.
Thank you again for sharing. Wow, we already heard two speakers and they were super insightful. So I cannot wait for our third speakers. The newest member from Jakarta Motivator Toastmaster Gabriel. Toastmaster Gabriel will be evaluated by Toastmaster Karina from Essential Toastmaster. Toastmaster Karina, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm here is going to evaluate Toastmaster Gabriel on her team collaboration pathway level 1. The project is about writing a speech with purpose, with speech length 5 to 7 minutes. The project purpose is for members to learn or to review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. So Toastmaster Gabriel, write our own storyline. Write our own storyline. That's great. It's yours.
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Hopefully, you all have a nice day today. And I want to start my speech by asking a question that most of us, or with arrogance I may say, all of us ever ask. What if I wasn't born here? Maybe if I was born in wealthier family and become Gabriel Cole? Or maybe if I was born in Korea and I can meet Super Junior? Or what if I was born as Duchess or Princess Gabriel, like this in Isekai manhwa? Or as simple as, what if I was born as someone else? I've asked myself this question ever since I was in elementary school. I have a friend, let's call her Tan Mauri. She's so genuine, social, has many friends, and even one best friend, like Sonoko. And I wish I was like her. Then I talked to this philosopher from this book. No, I think I'll be happier if I was born as Ran, who has so many friends. Why? Are you unhappy now? Yeah, currently you are unhappy with the way you live. You dislike or even don't love yourself. And you think that you love yourself if you are Ran. Yeah, well, it may be true. I mean, I had myself who is not bright, cheerful, who scold me, unsocial, can't even talk. Do you even love yourself even like me? Yeah, you couldn't and wouldn't be waiting to be hit by a truck like the scenario in Isekai novel, so you can be born again as Ran. You can only try to love and embrace yourself. But it doesn't mean that it's okay with the way you are now. And if you are unhappy, maybe there's something wrong with your current situation, and let's change it. Okay, I notice that I want to be born as Ran since I'm unhappy and unsatisfied with the way I live. But what can I do? Since I was a child, my grandma kept telling me, don't be too familiar with other people, just talk to study and school. And then, this is the cause. And then, I become an introvert and reserved person. I can't talk to other people, I don't know what to talk. This is the effect. Cause and effect. Seems plausible, right? But this philosopher said, there's no cause and effect. And it may be true. I mean, how many of you guys have your parents ask you to focus on study and don't play with others? And what do you do? I believe that some of you guys really actually obedient kid and don't play with others and keep studying. But I believe also there's some of you guys here who keeps playing. I can't deny that our past experience, family, friends, cultures, education, how we live, etc., all have significant influence on how we live today. But the important thing is, nothing is actually determined by those influence. Nothing is actually determined by past experience, but by the meaning we give to this past experience. This is the difference. Your life is not something that someone, this case past experience, or people, parents, etc., give you, but something you choose yourself. You are the one who gives meaning to this past experience. You are the one who decide how you choose to live, etc. So the important thing isn't what happened or cause or reason, but how you deal with it. The control is in your hands. And I hope this will be a new mindset for you guys before I continue. Okay, so we need to change and we were born to be quiet and unsociable. We choose it. Oh, before you guys say, no, I don't wish to be born this way. I want to change, but I can't. But maybe unconsciously we choose it. We don't want to be hurt, betrayed, or disappointed when we care about others. So we make this world around us and it's comfortable to live like this. But we don't open ourselves, how we expect others to open to us. So you're not satisfied? What can we do? Stop our current lifestyle and change. Okay, I've talked to you guys about to accept and embrace ourselves. But if you're unhappy with current situation, it means there's something that we need to change, and we can change. We are the writer of our life. We choose to be which main character we want, whether to be Ran, who's nice and genuine, Haibara, who's a smart and reserved person, Farmwat, the cunning villain, but kind to some people too. We are the driver. People act to achieve some goals instead of being a creatures that are driven by the past. So I hope after this, we will think carefully, are we happy and satisfied with the way we live now? Do we want to change? And if yes, which one? And I hope I can talk to practical steps how to change in my next speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gabriel. Wow, great speech. I find we have a similar to read comics online. So Toastmaster Gabriel, if we can go isekai or to another universe, what kind of character you want, and what era you want to jump?
Yeah, actually, I want to jump in like royal family era, but maybe I hope that I was in a higher position. I don't want to be a concubine child. I want to have a nice family too. That's it.
So you want to be a main character in this novel or in this comic, or you just want to be like a maid or just someone who watch the female and the male character going together?
I want to be female character, main character, because I have this halo around me that makes me successful.
Oh my God, thank you for sharing. I hope that if we hit by the truck, we can go to isekai, but I know it's impossible. Thank you for sharing, Toastmaster Gabriel. Okay, that's all for the 3 speakers in prepared speech. Before we go to the next session, which means our favorite session, table topic session, we have take a picture together. Toastmaster Hans, you will taking a picture, right? You will take the picture.
Yes, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, please open your camera and prepare your best pose. I think twice is enough, yeah? Okay, let me take the first one. In 3, 2, 1, hold your position. Okay, wait. Once more, other pose. In 3, 2, 1, hold your position. Okay. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster Nanda.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Hans. So for anyone who wants to be tagged in our Instagram, in our Insta story, please tell us your username. You can share on public, so you will get new followers, or you can send privately to me or Toastmaster Hans. Before we start our table topic session, I forgot to call our timer. So Toastmaster Melissa, how about our speakers tonight?
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. So everyone, we have 3 prepared speakers for tonight. We have Toastmaster Erwin, Toastmaster Satika, and Toastmaster Gabriel. But unfortunately, Toastmaster Erwin was a bit over time, so he is not eligible to be voted. But we can vote Toastmaster Satika and Toastmaster Gabriel to be our most favorite prepared speakers for tonight. I will give the time report on the chat box, and soon I will also give the link for the voting. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Nanda.
Okay, Toastmaster Melissa, thank you for being a timer, and we wait the vote is there. Please vote, and we have 1 minute of silence before we go to the next session. Okay, 1 minute is up. I hope you already vote for your most favorite speakers. And I want to welcome for newcomer, for Toastmaster member and also guests who came lately. Halo, Toastmaster Social Distancing, Toastmaster Prau, and also soon to be Toastmaster Yela. I hope you will enjoy the meeting for tonight. Without any further ado, I think we cannot wait for table topic tonight because we will talk about fill-in. Let's call our table topic master, Toastmaster Rocky. Toastmaster Rocky, you ready?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, so the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rocky, and tonight I am serving you as your table topics master. What am I doing here? What should I do? Well, basically, our main job is to facilitate you guys in this topics. This session is basically a sudden attack question session. Yeah, I have already prepared some questions or statements, and I'm going to ask you guys, anyone here, any volunteer to answer my questions. You guys are going to be given 1 to 2 minutes. So you may, at your best, you may not speak or deliver your speech less than 1 minute, and you cannot exceed 2.5 minutes. Okay. And your answers, of course, it's impromptu. I have already, while I'm speaking, you guys are allowed to type down your names. Okay. And this session is very useful for us. Usually, like right at school, some teachers ask students, and also our bosses at work ask us. So it can train us how to give impromptu answers based on the knowledge that we have already acquired previously. All right. Oh, we've got 3 names over here. Again, actually, I have already prepared 8 questions and statements, but since I'm over the deadline already given by the usual, so I think I'm going to ask only 5 questions or statements. I'm going to be a little bit different. I'm collecting the names first because what? I'm going to ask, for example, I collect 5 names and I'm going to put those 5 names in this wheel of names. We're going to spin the wheel. So when I ask the first question, I will press the wheel. Whoever the name appears, that person needs to answer. Okay. Again, I am collecting 5 or 6 names. All right. I'm putting it in the wheel of names. And then after that, I will ask the questions. When I speak the question, I will press the wheel, and whoever the name chosen, he or she will answer it. All right. And I hope it's been clear. And please let me know if there's a technical issue. Okay. Thank you very much. I am writing down the names. Can I share my screen, Madam Tom?
Sure. Wait.
Okay. I'm going to share my Wirat, Gab, and then hold up. Pardon me. Wira, Gab, Yela, Jeremy. Okay. Putra. All right. Writing y'all names. I'm a little bit gaptek here, so I'm sorry. Portion of, well, it's basic. Oh, screen. Hey, hold up. I go
Already?
to, not yet. I'm a little bit gaptek.
Toastmaster Hans, could you help me? Oh, okay.
Oh, is it? Can you guys see my name, my screen? Excuse me.
Yes.
All right. I'm
Sorry,
going to
Toastmaster
write.
Rocky, do you have one more slot? Or is it just closed right now?
Well, actually, I have 8 questions or statements. If you allow me to exceed the time on schedule, it's okay.
Oh, okay. So let's put one more Toastmaster, soon to be Toastmaster Priscilia. And then we close it, right?
Wira. And I call you by names. I'm sorry because I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not a type. I'm very gaptek. So when I'm speaking and doing something at the same time, I'm so.
That's okay. Either.
And then yeah, Jeremy. How do I spell it? Jeremy Putra. Jeremy Putra. No, it's only Jeremy and Putra. Ooh, silly me. Putra, I'm taking my time. I'm sorry. Need to be patient. I'm on the villain here, I think. So, is it social? Am I pronouncing it well?
Yes, it's correct.
Priscilia.
Yes.
Give Jeremy Putra social 1 to it's 6, and you are very patient with me. Thank you very much. Wira. Nah. So 7 numbers, 7 names, sorry.
Yes, and Pipi. Who is Pipi? May I know your name?
It's for Putra, if I'm not mistaken.
Who?
Putra.
Yeah, it's for me. It's mine.
Oh, Putra?
Yeah, it's me.
Same Putra with the previous one?
Which previous one? No, I'm new, so I don't think any of you guys know me.
Oh. So we have 2 Putras tonight for the speakers.
Putra 1, Putra 2. All right.
Putra P.
Putra P. Okay, Putra P. All right. Thank you for help, Madam Tom. The first question or statement. All right. It is like this. Oh, by the way, I'm reminding you guys the theme, understand the villain. And the word of the day is reason. When we were kids, we were focused on the good characters. We began to show off. Because we like watching good people beating up bad people. But as time went by, as we grew older, we understand the reason why some villains did some mistakes or crimes. All right, the first question or the first statement, honesty is the best policy. Okay, again, it's quite easy. We've heard it a lot. Honesty is the best policy. I'm going to press the wheel. It is Toastmaster Jeremy. Okay. Oh, hey.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Rocky. Honestly, honesty is the best policy. Yes, I guess it's right because actually one of my favorite villain is Obito, right? Obito from Naruto. Yes, that's why I love him, because he has the saddest past in Naruto. Even in the future, he decided to be villain, but honesty is the best policy. Yes, I guess it's yes. I mean, he wants to be a Hokage, but he can't, right? And his lover was killed by his best friend Kakashi. All right. Yeah, I think that's the main reason why he's became a villain, and from there we know, like, actually it doesn't matter what the past you have been through. I mean, the future is, we don't know what we have been through in the future, right? In the past, maybe we're bad, but maybe in the future, we don't know the future. Like Naruto. Naruto is mocking always when he was a kid, for all the village, all the people on it. But he tried harder, and even like a legend right now. I mean, I will not watch Boruto if Naruto dies. No, I will not. If Naruto dies, I will not watch Boruto. So I think, yes, I think that's the main reason why we should honest to ourselves, right? And yeah, I think Obito is us. Obito is us, right? Obito is our mirroring ourselves in our life. I mean, just, it doesn't matter what's the past, just see your future. It's gonna be bright or it's gonna be darker. You decide it. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jeremy, for your answer. I think we should be friends since both of us like Naruto. Okay. Jeremy Napoli Siregar. Other than the fact
Thank
that a
you.
lot of people have been mistaking me as a Bataknis because my face is like this.
Yeah.
And I'm surrounded by Bataknis people too. And I love hanging out with Bataknis. Okay. And yeah, Obito did that thing because he had his own reason. It was related to his first love, I think. So yeah, thank you very much for the answer. Now we go to the second. Ready? All right. The statement is, whether you agree or disagree, and give your opinion, elaborate your answer. Sentence needs to be erased. Again, death sentence needs to be erased. I'm pressing the wheel. Let's see whose name appearing. Popping out. Da 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 da. Toastmaster Gab.
Hello.
All right, all right, all right. Now we are ready with the answer. I'm sorry if I'm lagging because the internet connection at work is bad here. So please, the answer. Thank you very much.
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Okay. Death sentence needs to be erased.
That sentence need to be erased.
Yes. Because some countries in this world still execute people to death by law. So do you agree that death sentence needs to be erased? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, that sentence need to be erased. Yeah, I have heard about two sides about this statement. In the positive side, or there are some people who support the human rights that support that that sentence need to be erased. I mean, even the villains can have forgiveness, and we can't choose. We can't decide someone if they want to die or if they want to live. But there are also some the other side that think the death sentence is needed. Like the most popular reason is in China, where if you have this corruption, certain corruption, you will be sentenced to death, and it really works. And some people also, it makes some people think that this law can be applied in Indonesia. However, the Indonesia still need to human rights and they need to consider it. But for me personally, and this is not political or anything, but for me personally, for the death sentence, I think it needs to depend on the crime. So if you don't want it, if you don't erase the, if you don't want it to be death sentence, maybe it can change to life prison. So it's almost exactly, it's almost the same. If somebody, and I hope that it really needs to, they really need to think about the certain crime and it need to be a life, for a long life sentence to in prison, so they can't get out. And I think it need to be certain crime, you know, like example for corruptions or drugs, or even some things like sexual violence. Since sexual violence is something that destroy the futures of the victim, whether if the victims is only children, for the futures, for all along they live, they will be affected by it. So I think it's not fair if the preparator, the person who did it, only get 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years sentence. I mean, the victim is destroyed for all his life or her life. So I hope that the preparator to also destroyed for all his life or her life. So for the question if that sentence need to be erased or not, if the reason to not be erased is because the human rights, I hope that we can change it to lifelong in prisons, lifelong in jail, so he can't get out at all. That's what I think. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Gabriela, for the answer. As we are free to have our own opinion, government too, their governments of other countries or every country has its own reason to execute them, right? Thank you very much. The next question or statement is, please listen carefully. No matter how mean, no matter how evil a villain is, he also has a good side of him. Again, no matter how mean or evil a villain is, he also has a good side of him. I'm going to press the wheel. Okay, so I am inviting Toastmaster Yella to
Yes, I'm here.
in regarding the statement. I'll repeat. Yeah, I will repeat. Thank you very much for waiting. No matter how mean or evil a villain is, he also has a good side of him. Thank you very much. The mic is yours.
Okay, as my note, no matter how evil, someone also has a good side. I think it depends on the people, but mostly, of course, someone have good side because maybe they have reason, like they have family, they have people they love. So there must be reason why
he do something bad, but in other side, of course, I think someone must might have a good side, because we know some character in the movie, like I have one character in the Squid Game. He is the I call it grandfather who created the game. Actually, he is a kind person, but he just want to get attention because he is getting old, and he doesn't have maybe family or someone he loves, so he make that game that actually it's a life. I mean, we the player have to give their life. I mean, and that's not good game actually, but actually the grandfather is a good person. Actually, he just want to get attention. I think that's like one reason why people can be have a bad side. I think that's it. I'm sorry if my English is not good. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you very much. It's okay. We can give whatever our opinion is. So yeah, thank you very much. It is true. There's always a story behind everything that we do. Okay, there's reason triggering any of our actions. Thank you very much. Next one. I'm not saying that it's quite easy, but it's quite popular. Do you believe in white lies?
White lies.
Okay. Again, the question in white lies. I'm pressing the wheel. Toastmaster Social. Toastmaster Social is invited on the stage to take the mic and answer it. Again, the question is, do you believe in white lies?
White lies. White lies. Do you believe in it or not? I don't know. It probably depends on the situation, maybe. Because, yeah, I'm Muslim, so we're not supposed to lie, right? But some people will think that white lies is applicable when the truth is too bitter to swallow. And white lies can make it like white cream, whipping cream on it, and it's spread on your face and then taste it sweet, but actually inside it bitter one. Probably some people think that white lies is a good things are the only options that make people feel good for whatever the reason is. But still, what they always miss on the wrong part and at the right part is that the future, everything will give you a bad aftertaste. Because it's always the creation of lies. When one lie is out, the other lies must be thrown away, must be spouted to support another lie. So lies will be supported when another lies needs to be supported. Otherwise, everything will crumble, and everything that gives you bitter taste will appear, and everything is going to be bad, very bad. So do I believe in white lies? That's a different situation. And also I'm trying to, when I have to give white lies, I'm gonna give it a bit whipped cream to make it aftertaste won't be so bad. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Okay, thank you very much for the answer. I agree that regarding the lies, it depends on the situation, right? For example, if we need to save someone else's life, like literally doesn't benefit us, it's just we literally saving someone else's life. Yeah, it depends. Our faith, again, our background, whatever value, our family, and our faith affect the way how we think and we give opinions. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your answer. The next one, I decided to the quality of the internet connection. So since I only know one or two people here, so I'm trying to be fair. I will be mentioning the question or the statement, and I will pick up randomly the names. We still have Toastmaster Putra P. Okay. Next one is this statement. A crime is a crime, whatever the reason is. Again, the statement is, a crime is a crime, whatever the reason is. I am picking Toastmaster Wira to answer this question or to give an opinion on this statement. Please, the mic is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, TTM. Well, actually, this is more of a rant that I have in my mind. But several months ago, I discovered a comic, a web comic. It's about a couple. One's a female dog, and the other's a male lion. Just roll with it. And the feature that the male lion has, that instead of a long hair, he has a wig that's shaped like a sunflower. And the comic one time had a storyline where the lion's wig got stolen by an alien. And the alien did it, I think, 4 times. The first time, the lion's like, okay, fine, even though he's pissed. But the more he does it, the more I'm pissed, because the lion in this comic is a total wimp. Despite being a lion, he's a total wimp. I was in the comic, I was like, you're a lion, for crying out loud. You're supposed to be king of the kill, not king of the squeal. So yeah, at the 4th time it happened, he tried to fight for his wig, and all of a sudden he got lifted by he got lifted at the spaceship. And at the spaceship, he met the alien. And when he knew the reason why these aliens stole his wig, it's because they're a family and the baby wants that hair. And it ended with, here, what pisses me off from that story, it's how it ends. Because it ended with the antagonist, the aliens, not getting any punishment, and they got to celebrate the male lion's birthday. To me, it's a total BS. A crime should be punished no matter what happened. I don't care how cute they are. They're still the villain. They're still the antagonist. Punish them, for crying out loud. And I remember I was like, okay, probably it's just one-time thing. But after that, I saw the character keep on appearing, and at that time I was like, you know what, screw this. I better unfollow it and try to forget it. So yeah, that's all from me. Back to you, TTM.
Thank you very much for the response, for the answers, for your opinion. Time is ticking, so I'm moving on to the next. Thank you, Toastmaster Wira. The next question is, or the statement, I'm sorry. Don't judge a book by its cover. You're familiar with it? Don't judge a book by its cover. And I really hope that soon to be Toastmaster Putra P is willing to answer the question. The mic is yours. I'm sorry. Are you still muted? Because I cannot hear your voice.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hi, everyone. This is my first time, so hopefully bear with me that if I use a lot of regarding the question that the statement that you said, can you just say it one more time, because I was kind of was lagging a little bit, so I didn't hear properly just now.
It's okay. I will repeat. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Okay.
Yes.
Just the book by its cover, and the reason, right? Why? I should agree by don't judge the book by its cover is because most people sometimes don't say everything out loud. Like whatever they're thinking is actually I can say not half, but most of them even think it in their head, inside their mind. And sometimes we cannot judge people like why they looks like this or why they do this, just like all the statement that you just said just now to the previous 7 participants. Because if you judge one, as like in my religion said, there is nobody is no sinner, meaning everybody is a sinner. We did some mistake before, or so yeah, we cannot even God don't judge people just by like oh yeah, because she did this so she must be wrong, although sometimes it's not absolutely wrong, but I agree also the statement before that wrong is wrong. So, and some people also hide their skills, or I mean, yeah, I cannot say. I agree that we cannot judge because some people hide their skill, their knowledge, their everything, and even their emotions, and even what they're evil or good doing, they can hide it very well. So, in my opinion, just get to know them. Like kata in Indonesian people said tak kenal tak sayang. So what I'm trying to say is just get to know, get the proof, get the fact, and you'll know and you'll understand. That's it. Thank you, Toastmaster Rocky, Michael.
Thank you so much, soon to be Toastmaster Putra P. It is, we agree with that. That's the reason why we need to get to know you better. Okay. And agree for the second time that before we are busy giving comments on other people's lives or why she's like that, he's like that, it's better for us to be busy looking ourselves in the mirror. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next statement. Please just tell me if you are not familiar with Marvels or DC, because the question is related to that. The statement is, Marvel heroes are stronger than DC heroes. Again, Marvel heroes are stronger than DC heroes.
No, that's false, right?
It's actually
All right.
wrong.
I love
That is very, very wrong.
DC is stronger than
please,
Marvel.
Okay, please have a fight. No, just kidding. Okay. I am choosing a name between Toastmaster Priscilla and Toastmaster Putra. And of course, after that, you guys, others can give comments. But I don't think so we can do it because we are over the time already. All right. Again, Marvel heroes are stronger than DC heroes. Please, Toastmaster Putra, give your opinion on this.
Toastmaster Rocky, sorry, actually we only have one Putra tonight, so
Sure. It means Toastmaster Priscilla. Pardon me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thank you.
I'm old already, so
Toastmaster.
yeah, my memory is like this. Please, Toastmaster Priscilla, we would love to listen to your answer.
Actually, I don't watch action movie too much. So
okay, so do you want me to exchange the question or the statement? I think. So
Yes.
I'm moving on. It is the next one. Okay. Our
Okay, he is freezing now.
are our heroes. The statement, our parents are our heroes. We would love to hear your opinion on that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for the changing statement. It's much better, I guess. So our parents are our heroes. Well, for most people, that the first person that we see when we are born in this our world is our parents. But maybe some of them are not as lucky as we are. But still, even though they are not our biological parents, but still they are the one who raise us, who take care us from since we are very small and very tiny until we grow up and so big like now. And we have to appreciate that their efforts. We have to really, how to say, give a big appreciation. Even though maybe we already work so hard, we already earn so much money, but I feel as a daughter, I cannot take back everything that they have given to me, especially the love. We cannot return the love, even though we earn a lot of money, and every month I just send some of my rupiah to their account. It cannot be replaced, and we have to remember that our parents is the first adults who teach us how to walk, how to socialize, how to take care ourselves when they are gone. So in my opinion, our parents are the best heroes. Regardless they are our biological parents or no, but they are still the heroes. Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving your opinion on the matter. We are really reminded by you that we should always respect and remember the kindness of our parents. Thank you so much. That was the final statement or question. Well, actually, I would love to hear more about DC and Marvels from Toastmaster Social and Toastmaster Jeremy, but the time is already over for my session. I am really thankful for you guys who have invited me here. I'm giving back this mic to Madam Tom, Toastmaster Nanda.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Rocky. Wow, it's very interesting to know people's perspective about understand the feelings, and I believe each speaker has their own reason to share their perspective about feelings and about heroes. Yes, but sorry, I'm on in Marvel side, but it doesn't mean I don't like DC. Just prefer the Marvels. Okay, so we already finished the session, but before we go to evaluation session, I want to ask Toastmaster Melissa as a timer. Toastmaster Melissa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. So for the timer report, congratulations for all the prepared speakers. I think you have done a good job. Unfortunately, only Toastmaster Gabriel is not eligible to be voted because she is overtime. The others, they passed the time limit, and I will share the report on the chat box. I will also share the voting on the chat also. Thank you.
Okay, so because Toastmaster Rocky wants to go sooner, I just want to say thank you for conducting table topic and see you in the next meeting. It's very interesting. Good luck
Thank
for your
you. See you
business.
guys.
Okay, these are the timer and also the chat for voting, the link for voting. Please vote your most favorite speaker for table topics. We have 1 minute of silence. One minute is up. I hope you already vote, yeah, for most favorite speakers. Let's continue to evaluation session, but can I see the GE? Oh, our GE already come. Hello, Toastmaster Nur. Wow, finally I can see you.
Hi, Toastmaster Nanda. How are you? Wow, you are so bright, yeah, like a sun.
I know. Oh, sorry. So I have a reason to look brighter because I'm the host for tonight.
Okay, I do.
You ready, Toastmaster Nur, to
Okay,
share your report?
I'm ready.
Okay, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So we are now at the evaluation session. First, I would like to apologize because I come late. Anyway, the evaluation session is divided into two parts. The first one is individual evaluation. The second one is meeting evaluation. Without further ado, let's move to the individual evaluation. First, I would like to call the evaluator for the first speaker today, which is Toastmaster Erwin. I will call Toastmaster Devina to give her evaluation for Toastmaster Erwin. Toastmaster Devina, are you ready?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and visible.
All right. All right, Toastmasters Erwin, congratulations for getting lost. Because thanks to being lost, you actually had an interesting story that a lot of us could relate to. Now, I was kind of laughing during your story because it happened to a lot of people. There are times when I really wanted to just smack Google Maps or even any navigation system because that very nice soothing voice of in 500 meters, turn right could get very annoying. You're so expressive and you're very comfortable. The first thing that I noticed was you're very comfortable in sharing your story and you're super expressive. Your hand gestures, even though sometimes I think it was kind of blocked by the camera because it was kind of too much higher up, but I could see you turning left and right and you were making gestures here and there. So I was like, okay, body language on point. And your voice was very clear. The clarity was good. Your volume was very much well received from my end. And I really enjoyed the story. Now, of course, there are some things that I would recommend you to work on. Your first half of the story felt really, really rushed. I felt like you were actually driving us on a race. So it was really fast-paced, everything. There's almost no break. There was no pause and you just kept going. It was kind of like going on a Shinkansen. And then the other half you kind of slowed down a little bit and you took your pacing somewhat better. And I was wondering if maybe it was because maybe you were nervous a little bit, why the pacing could be better. Because the first half felt like I was being dragged in the story. And the other thing, other than slowing down, maybe you could pause. Sometimes pauses have a lot of effects. It's like building anticipation. Even when you're being quiet for 2-3 seconds, it could actually mean something. So try to slow down a bit, have some breaks and pauses, and basically take us on this wonderful journey. Even the navigation system has this soothing voice. What if like the navigation system goes in 500 meters, turn left, and then go straight, and then turn left, and then we have to slow down. You need to give us time, or me personally, to have a reaction. But other than that, I thought this was really well done. And I hope you might get lost again, because who knows, maybe there's gonna be a better story ahead. I'm back to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devina. It was very detailed evaluation and a very constructive feedback. Thank you. And next, let's move to our second evaluator tonight. She will evaluate Toastmaster Sartika's speech. Toastmaster Dentia, are you ready?
Yes, am I audible, G?
Yes, you are audible and the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Gaining knowledge is one step closer to wisdom. Sharing it is one step closer to humanity. So that's what I believe Toastmaster Sartika did earlier. Not only she took her first step to the wisdom, but she also took her first step to the humanity. She shared all the information that she knows about using the plastics, right? I was shocked that the title was not really that I was expecting, but it turned out better. Now, in terms of the content, I like the way she presented the information and data. She write down, she put the bold in the numbers and all the important informations. And she also put the source where the data coming from. And it is indeed the essence of this project, the research and presenting. I can tell that she did the thorough research for this project, because everything is so well presented and the data is also legit. Now, in terms of Toastmasters project, I believe there will still be something for improvement to make her speech or even her project even better in the next one. The first one that I would like to suggest is the visual aids. When it comes to the professional presentations, I would suggest to use a softer or rather plain templates. For example, white color with a little bit of maybe a purple touch if you really love purple, but using the striking color or maybe bold color will not be suitable for the professional level. But of course, in difference on the situation, you may also use different colors. The second one will be to use a different tone of voice and also some poses, because researching and presenting is not only about sharing your data, but also informing and delivering the information to the audience so that they are aware. And you may also want to highlight and emphasis on the certain important notes, like when you encourage people to use more to keep doing small things that we can do to save our planets. That part you may want to emphasize more by adding some pause and maybe say a little bit slower or maybe in a lower pitch. And for example, keep doing the small thing that we can do to save our planet. So stress in certain words so that audience will know that it is an important message. The last part is to also also highlight some positive aspect. I know that there are so many things that we need to inform people about the negative part of using the plastic, but also maybe use the projection of how the Mother Earth will be if people start using the recycled item, for example. So overall, it was a great project. You make us aware about what's happening in the Earth and how we should preserve our Mother Earth. And I guess I would love to see your future project in the upcoming weeks. I guess that's all from me. Back to G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dentia. Wow, amazing evaluation. Okay, let's move to our last evaluator tonight. C will evaluate Toastmaster Gabriel's speech. Without further ado, let's call Toastmaster Karina.
Thank you, Mr. GA. Hello, Toastmaster Gab. Well done for your project this night. I really like the way you delivered all the whole of your speech about writing a speech with a purpose. In this case, you write with the motivational speech that you successfully delivered this night. I'm going to explain what you excelled at and the challenge for your future speech. For the first, you deliver as an opening, you share some question to the room that really made the audience think in the silence about the question, which is that's really great point as the opening. And then the following step, you share your own story that really match with your title. That's really interesting. You deliver what you felt at that time through your past experience. And also after that, you put some important things that you could learn from the past. That means you successfully pouring the message in the end of your speech. You find out the strong reason to make your speech impactful. That's really great. You really great. You know to put the opening, body, conclusion, then you closing it with some question again that makes all the audience get the message of your speech. Excellent. Well delivered speech that I believe that is come from the well organized writing the speech. Well done, Toastmaster Gabriel. And auditing any addition now in this evaluation, I really enjoy all the way you deliver the speech. Your spoken language is really clear and easily understood. You using your hand gesture. You put the eye contact on the camera that in the real life that we realize you facing us and the audience. And you also make successfully engage the audience with your speech. And also you seem very comfortable during your speech. That was excellent. So well done, Toastmaster Gabriel, for your speech, for your project this time. So I challenge you to keep on working on it and make another speech impactful for the following meeting. Looking forward to hearing you again for your speech. Back to you, Mr. GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karina. And now let's give applause for the 3 evaluators. Oh, I love evaluation session always because I can learn a lot from it. And before we move to the second part of the evaluation session, which is meeting evaluation, I would like to ask for timer report. Timer, would you like to give your report?
Thank you, Toastmaster Nur. We have 3 evaluators tonight, and all 3 of them are eligible to be voted. I will give the report on the chat box, and I will also share the voting link soon. Thank you.
Okay, so you need to vote for the best evaluator tonight. Don't forget, your vote is very important to decide who will be the favorite evaluator tonight. So as you can see, I think Toastmaster Melissa will share the link later, yeah, and we will have 1 minute silence later to vote for the best evaluator. While waiting, I will move to the second part of the evaluation session. Okay, let's go to the second part of the evaluation session. And as the general evaluator, I will be evaluating everyone who hasn't been evaluated yet, and I will be giving an overall evaluation of the meeting as a whole tonight. Okay, first, let's see. Have the room set up properly, and as you can see, I came late, but I asking around, and the room was set up properly on time. It was very good. It's very important because if the room was not set up properly and not on time, the visitor will be confused, yeah. So it's very good to have the room set up. Second, the meeting start on time and almost, I think. The second and the next thing is, I love how the president greets everyone who come to the room, who joined the room. Not just the president, but the member of those must also greet the visitor properly. That's very important. Yeah. And next, were the roles or all the role takers available? Almost, yes, except me actually. That's my mistake as the GE. I arrived late. It's also a feedback for me. So it's important for all role takers to come on time, yeah, because you are part of the meeting. You are the wheel, yeah, the wheel that will decide the meeting go well or not. But I love how Toastmaster Nanda take over my role at the first part of the meeting. Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. Good job. And next, let's see. Let's move to the table topic master. Table topic master is already left, but I really enjoy the table topic session. It's very you can say that very interactive. The table topic master, not only give us a meaningful question, an intriguing question, but also give a feedback, yeah, a comment on it. And also the way he bring the table topic session is very interesting. It's very fun. That's one thing to keep the mood meeting rising, yeah. And next, for the next notes is for the evaluation session. Evaluation session, I love how the evaluators, all three evaluators give a very detailed feedback. I'm not sure I can give the same amazing feedback like the evaluators tonight, because they mentioned the objective of the speech title, and the timing is also right. And also the evaluation begin with a positive feedback. It is very important thing in evaluation. Thank you. And next, for the overall meeting. The overall meeting, I can say for sure that tonight's meeting has been successful because there are still a lot of participants tonight. Yeah, it's already 2020. How do I read it? 2020 is it the correct way? 2020 PM, and there are still many people here joining until the end of the meeting. And the most important part is, did we learn something new and did we have fun? Personally, I would like to say yes, we learned a lot tonight while also having fun. I'm pretty sure that we can all sleep soundfully tonight. That's all the evaluation from me. If there's any feedback or anything that you would like to mention, you can chat me later. Thank you. That's for the meeting evaluation. Before I give the power, I will give the power to the Tom for the voting session. Yeah, that's all from me, from General Evaluator. Thank you, and I will give the power back to Toastmaster Nanda.
Done? Oh my God, I think it's too short. No, I'm kidding. Wow, thank you, Toastmaster Noor, for a whole evaluation. From this evaluation session, we can learn to improve in the next meeting. But I think we forget our most important roles, which mean our grammarian. Toastmaster Enika?
I'm sorry.
That's okay, Toastmaster Noor.
How about to remind and other roles as well, I guess. W
Yeah.
counters. So okay. Maybe he forgot. Okay, let me share screen then. Okay, first I'll go for the grammatical inaccuracy. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so basically I just want to emphasize on 2 points on grammatical mistakes, especially. First is the use of the word really. I noticed one person often, or maybe some of us often overuse the word really and very without us realizing it. So I think instead of using really or very, we can replace it with another more specific term. Say to avoid the words very and really, you can use very mad and replace it with enraged, because it will make your speech more powerful. Instead of you just I'm very mad, use more specific word. And as well, instead of using really, the person can change it into like strongly, truly, indeed, or highly. It will make you more intelligent as well. Instead of using really or very, that is high, they are highly overused nowadays. So that's the thing that I would love you guys to take it as a lesson for your speech next time around. So avoid using really or very, but use more specific terms. And the second one, because I'm interested in, it's a petty mistake. I think it's maybe it's like a slippery word or something. It should be because I'm interested in. Again, it's a phrasal verb, so you need to put the word in tandem. And as well, it's you can replace it with another word when it comes to phrasal verbs. I guess that's 2 things that I would love to highlight in regarding grammatical inaccuracy today. And next, I would love to go for the beautiful phrases. First one, following a trend without knowing facts, it will make us a shallow follower by Toastmaster Sartika. And next one, we are the driver. It refers to life by Toastmaster Gabriel. And the last one, just get to know. It refers to the person, and you will know, you'll understand by Toastmaster Putra. That's all the report from me as a grammarian today. Back to, I guess, Tom, or junior evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Redika. Wow, I hope we learn a lot from our grammarian, since she already prepared her digital whiteboard to teach us what we can fix in our speech in our speech in the next. Oh my god, why, what happened to me? That's okay, guys. Let's move to the next roles. Our WOD counter. I think I mentioned listen a lot. Let's hear from him. Master Hans.
Yo, hello, I am here. So regarding our filler words and word of the days, thank you very much, guys, for putting a lot of effort in your speech. One thing that is remarkable in today's meeting, we have relatively significant numbers of word of the days mentioned, as we can see here. Perhaps it is because the word of the day is reason. Relatively easy compared to typical our word of the day. And I appreciate that most of you mentioned it. There are some filler words, and I know it is okay for this moment to perform it with filler words and to improve it in the next occurrence. One other thing that is remarkable is there is no long pauses. Perhaps because I consider long pauses is longer than 3 seconds. And usually if I speak, I have like 1 or 2 long pauses, but without the filler words. After all, thank you very much. It is part of our learning process. One practical tips to minimize the filler words. Actually, it was already mentioned by Toastmaster Devina in the individual evaluation part. She mentioned that we can try to slow down our pace to give room to think before we speak, to avoid the slip of our tongue or to avoid the filler words. Because, okay, while we are talking with a slower pace, our brain can think about what should we talk next. Rather than we talk fast and then in the middle of our speech, okay, what should I talk? And then we proceed it with filler words. So that's practical tips for me. Thank you very much. Back to our GE.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Hans. Wait, okay, let's remove you. Okay, done. So, how many and WOD that you mentioned while in this meeting, guys? More than 5 or less than 5? That's very okay because we still have a chance to improve in the next meeting. So please don't forget to come in the next meeting. Okay, now, we already vote for evaluator, right, Toastmaster Melissa?
No, not yet. I haven't shared the link.
Okay, so please guys, vote for your favorite evaluator, and we have 1 minute of silence. I think 1 minute is up. So thank you for your voting. We need to give Toastmaster Melissa time to collect the winner. So I want to ask for there is a newcomers? Putra still here or no? Oh no, how about Eva? Eva?
Hi.
Hi, are you Toastmaster member or a guest, or this is your first timer here?
This is my first time, so I am a guest.
Welcome, Eva. So may I know how you find this meeting?
I find this meeting in Eventbrite, and also because I've heard about this how to say community, I think, from a few of my friends. So I'd like to join and to see and to know about this community.
So what do you think about this meeting?
Sorry, my English is not really good, so I think it's really how to say, it's very interesting to join this kind of community to improve our public speaking skills. So maybe I will take a look more details about this, how to join. So maybe I will search and then contact, I think, Hans to
Okay, so yeah, unfortunately you didn't participate for the table topics, yeah, but that's okay. We still have next week for table topics night. Do you want to share about your feeling, perhaps, till we wait Toastmaster Melissa collect the winners?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, do you have a favorite villain?
Villain. Actually, I like if you know cow nasi from Spirit Away. It's from a Japan anime. So it's cow nasi means faceless, so no face. That's like a black character, and so I just like that character.
Oh, I see. What's the anime? Sorry, I didn't hear.
It's called Spirited Away.
Oh, Spirit Away from Ghibli, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that. I
Or
watched
in
it.
Japanese, Sentoshi Hero.
Pardon?
In Japanese, the title is Sentoshi Hero.
Yeah.
Sentoshi Hero.
Senshiro.
Okay, so thank you for sharing, Eva. I hope you
Thank
enjoyed the
you.
meeting. And
Thank
Toastmaster
you.
Melissa already told me that she saved the names of winner for tonight. Toastmaster Melissa want to share with us who are they?
Yes, Toastmaster Nanda. In fact, I will share my screen to share with us who are the winner for our most favorite prepared speakers, table topic speakers, and also our most favorite evaluator for tonight's meeting. The first category is our most favorite prepared speakers. Do you have any idea who will win our voting for tonight?
I think me, not.
Okay, so the winner for our most favorite prepared speaker is Toastmaster Gabriel. Congratulations, Toastmaster Gabriel, for your speech. And your speech is titled Write Your Own Storyline. And I think this is a very great and very inspiring speech. So congratulations once again. So for our second session, the second category for our winner for tonight, for the most favorite table topic speakers. And our most favorite table topic speakers is Toastmaster Wira. Congratulations, Toastmaster Wira, for being our most favorite table topic speakers. And also the next category is our most favorite evaluator. And who is the winner? Who is our most favorite evaluator for tonight? It is Toastmaster Devina. She is our most favorite evaluator for tonight's meeting for her detailed and constructive evaluation. Congratulations for all the winners, and I hope that you can also join our next meeting. And for those of you who have participated but not yet win in our challenge, please come again. And also, I don't know what to say, but congratulations once again for the winner, and I give back the control to our Toastmaster Nanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Melissa. I want to congratulate for all winners and soon to be winners in the next meeting. So don't forget to come to the next meeting because you will be the next winner for each session. And I want to close this meeting. I'm so happy to see you guys, but don't leave yet because I want to give back the control to our president, Toastmaster Hans.
Yeah, thank you very much,
Yours.
Toastmaster Nanda, for conducting the session clearly and to ignite the spirit of motivators between all of us. Thank you very much to all participants who have come here full of enthusiasm. And also I would like to express my gratitude towards visiting Toastmasters because there are a lot of Toastmasters club in this world, and some of them are coming here. Thank you, Toastmaster Karina from Essential. Thank you, Toastmaster Dendia and Toastmaster Wira from SCBD. Thank you, Toastmaster Devina earlier from Kebayoran. And also Toastmaster Social Distancing from Bengaluru, India, I think. Yeah. Thank you very much for all of you guys. And you can also feel free to share your upcoming agenda in the chat box. I will also share the upcoming agenda of Jakarta Motivator Toastmasters will be held next week. It will be a casual meeting. Or should I spill the theme? Okay, it is about astrology and fortunes. No worries, regardless of your preference, feel free to address your opinion in that meeting. No right or no wrong. We try to elaborate our opinion. There will be a lot of table topics because it is casual meeting. Thank you very much. And I would like to end this official recorded session by sound of this snap. Thank you very much, guys. And actually,